You ready for the video?
Yeah.
Woo, let's go. What is vibing? This is Vish, and today we'll be responding to Sadhguru's video on
Worried or anxious, remember these 4 things.
And today, I'm here with Isra. Want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Isra, a Pakistani immigrant. Moved to the US 4 years ago, born and raised in Dubai, and just graduating from UT with a neuroscience degree and also an aspiring dentist. So here goes. I'm pretty excited about this topic because anxiety exists and it's real.
Yes.
And that's how we became friends. We were talking about our anxieties like 4 years ago.
Yes, exactly.
That's cool.
So thank you for sharing that. Do you ever find yourself stressed, anxious, or nervous? Well, that used to be me all the time. And ever since I picked up meditation, that was completely gone. And now, I'm a meditation coach and I've guided hundreds of people on their meditation journeys. And Isra's one of them.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
And so if you want a one-on-one session with me, either message me on Instagram at VishVibez or comment down below. Sadhguru is a yogi, mystic, and visionary who's truly enlightening the world. And with that, let's get right into it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Our mind is a tremendous gift where it remembers vividly every experience and every information that comes our way. Well, this can be transformed into a phenomenal imagination, but if you lose control over your imagination, if you lose the discrimination as to what is imagination and what is reality, what is future, what is present and what is past, then your mind will become your greatest enemy.
I love his laugh.
Most human beings are not suffering life, they're just suffering their memory and their imagination. What happened 10 years ago, they still suffer. What may happen day after tomorrow, they already suffer. This is not about life, this is about lack of control over 2 most fantastic faculties that human beings have, a vivid sense of memory and a fantastic sense of imagination. Do not worry about your future. If you do your present well, future will naturally blossom. We can only work with what's on our hands right now. You cannot work with what's on your mind. You can plan for what's on your mind, but you cannot do anything about it. You can only act in the present moment. You can only handle what is there right now. Those of you who too engrossed in your own thoughts and emotions, constantly being maybe on social media or something, I think you must get rid of your phone and take a walk in the forest. If it's not possible every day, at least 1 or 2 days in a month, you might get lost somewhere. Just be in nature all by yourself, walk, sit, observe. If you pay enough attention, you will see, you will be so enchantingly enamored by every little thing in the existence because the way a single ant is made is too much for you and your intelligence to grasp exactly how this is made.
So beautiful.
Those who have not peeled their eyes to the creation get too enamored with their own mental creations, which is their thought, the juicy part being emotion. When your thought and your emotion becomes more important than the Creator's creation, that means you have become a perceptual tragedy.
Wow.
You have not realized the nature of life at all. We know many things, we can do many things, but we do not know anything in its entirety. So this is the nature of the existence. If you pay attention to it, naturally your own thought and emotion will sink to the background. You can still enjoy them, but you know how insignificant it is. So it's very important that if you want to experience the multifarious dimensions of life,
They seem so happy.
you have to be non-serious. You become serious only because you have taken your own existence too seriously, though we exist here for a minuscule amount of time in this cosmos. This is a vast cosmos. The very planetary system, the solar system in which we exist is a speck. In that, planet Earth is a micro speck. In that micro speck, the place you live or the city you live is a super micro speck. In that, you have become a big man or woman, and that's the reason why you're so serious about life.
Very true.
It's a brief amount of time that you have as life. In this, if you take yourself too seriously, you are one big joke. The secret of life is to see everything with a non-serious eye, but to be absolutely involved like a sport. So be a sport for life. If you want to be a sport for life, you have to be able to see that your existence is of consequence for the times in which we live, but not of eternal consequence unless you touch the eternal dimension of who you really are.
It's such a brief life. Only in doing what you truly care for will your life become worthwhile. If genuine involvement has to come in your life, for you to give yourself absolutely, you must be doing something that truly matters to you. It's important that you find that. When I say it's important to find that, you don't have to spend half your life looking for what is my passion. No, you just have to dig into this ability of you making everything yours. When everything is yours, this whole world is yours, this cosmos is yours. So when it is a part of you, if you involve yourself absolutely and constantly strive to create what matters to you, what you really care for, then your existence itself will be worthwhile. Not necessarily your actions, not necessarily what you achieve and may not achieve, but your very existence will be truly worthwhile, because just to breathe and be is a phenomenon. There is no greater phenomenon in life. If this is not worthwhile, what is?
Read with a lot.
Do your present well, pay attention to your creation, don't become dead serious, and it's a brief life.
Wow. I learned a lot of cool things about what to do when feeling anxious.
Yeah.
Or even worried. And before we start, we'd love to hear what your favorite tip was in the comments down below. What did you think, Isra, of this video?
Yeah, I really appreciated the candidness of the pictures that he put in there. It just reminded me of how the present moment can be totally ruined by staying in the past or in the future, right? And of course there are a lot of things that happened in the past that need space for grievance, and I think that they need to have their space for grievance, but dwelling over that is what I think gets to that anxiety, right? And then that anxiety and then anxiousness of feeling anxious, and it's just a vicious cycle, right? Whereas I like to think of it like, in this moment, am I satisfied? In this moment, am I where I need to be? And a lot of times we are in that moment where we need to be, you know? In that moment, things are going the right way, but we're still upset over something that happened in the past. And if that thing didn't happen in the past, you wouldn't be where you are today, you know? And just thinking of it like that. And I think that nature is a big one. Nature really helps. So the moment you start feeling down, pushing yourself to go out there, it is obviously easier to coop up, stay in your anxiety, but pushing yourself to go out there, because that really helped me get out of, you know, the time that I was anxious. And when I shared with you that, and meditation, of course, right? But being in nature in and of itself is meditation, because you are the earth, you are one single rock on the earth. And I think that if you surround yourself with earthly things, you feel you. If you surround yourself with your phone or your bed, those are man-made things. That's not who you are. And the other day I had a very nice experience where I was paddleboarding and I just stopped. I left my paddleboard there by the tree and just hiked without my shoes and I could feel the rocks beneath me, and I stopped and I took a picture of my feet on the ground and I posted on my Instagram, feel the earth beneath you, let it soak inside you, let it remind you that you deserve to be here. And that just like, that perspective changed how I feel, where like, I feel like I want to go on more barefoot walks.
There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that beautiful experience, as well as how you connect with the nature aspect of what he talked about.
Yeah.
And that phrase, was that something you came up with yourself?
Yeah, I just felt
Wow.
it in that moment, and I wrote it and I posted it, and it felt good.
It's almost like, as you mentioned, we're one with the earth and earth spoke through you.
It did.
Right?
It did.
And I've learned this from Eckhart Tolle actually, which is a couple of things. The first thing being, the universe is here not to make you happy, but to challenge you. That happiness is something you find internally.
Exactly.
And how do you find that? Well, it's all about being present. You see, whenever you're having these stress or anxious thoughts, or even feelings or emotions or physical sensations, it's really just an indication that you're not being present. When you truly learn to become aware of what you're feeling and what is happening in that moment, you will instantly end that toxic cycle of feeling that thought, emotion, or feeling with fear. You see, fear will just fuel the fire. And so it's all about awareness, being present, being grounded. And I'm so grateful for these beautiful tips that Sadhguru really just shed light upon. With that, make it a great day, take a joyful and stay
Conscious.
Great job.
Thank you.
Ooh.